stuff from lies and chop it up and make it seem like I said so. Make sure y'all go and take that. Because y'all keep trying to make it seem like I said this stuff like I'm some perfect saint. I sin. I'm a born sinner. And I ask for forgiveness when I do sin.
I'm the third one, and this is his sixth child. Someone said, ooh, couldn't have been me. All right, so we're put that pressure on you.
There's another guy in the pause that had a kid, and I knew that wasn't what I wanted for my life. So I didn't even consider him.
Right.
Granted, I didn't have a connection with him, but I didn't, even if I did, I don't know if I would have done it. This is a year later.
Yeah.
And frankly, no matter what he came with, when I said I do to all of it.
Right.
That's what marriage is, and we're in a generation where unconditional love is not a thing.
Hello everyone, this is The Ranting Shop and it's me, Melissa, and I'm here to talk about a particular phenomena that I've been experiencing or witnessing with the women in the dating scene, or who have ended up marrying wrongly or ended up in situations where it's not been favorable for them. And what I've realized is the commonality between these three women is that in certain regards, they've sold their souls to be in the relationships that they're currently in. Now, when we hear the phrase selling one's soul, it often conjures images of shadowy figures in the entertainment industry exchanging morality for fame or fortune. Example, the P. Diddy situation. But the act of compromising one's core values or identity for perceived gain isn't exclusive to Hollywood. Women in particular are often culturally conditioned to engage in subtle, ongoing forms of soul selling, not for record deals or movie roles, but for relationships or experiences they fear they cannot replicate. And I believe that all of these women are doing this in different ways. I believe that Jasmine, who is Cam Newton's girlfriend, and also I believe Lil Boosie's girlfriend, what they've done is they've said that they don't want certain things, like for example to be a single mom, an unwed mother, but they've ended up being pregnant and unwed. And in the case of Ashley, what she's done is she said, or she told herself, that one of the things she will not do is be with a man with a child, and ended up with a man with 3 children that is in a complex situation. And to me, that's even worse than having a man or being with a man with a child. At least men typically, claim their children. But with his situation, he's copped out of being a father. So, and she still decides to be with him regardless of that fact. Now, let's begin with the allure of the high-value man. This archetype, celebrated by modern social narratives, combines wealth, status, and charisma, an almost mythical figure. For some women, aligning with such a man feels like winning the ultimate prize, but the cost of this victory can be significant. Perhaps she molds herself into a version of what she thinks he desires, becoming less opinionated, quieter, or more accommodating. She may suppress her ambitions or passions, convincing herself that his version of life is grander, more important. In doing so, she sacrifices the essence of who she is, her authenticity, her dreams, all for the perceived privilege of standing beside him. And when we see the situation with Jasmine and Cam Newton, I think this rings true the clearest, because she actually used to make fun of women that were male-centered and male-oriented, that would be doormats to men, and she ended up doing the very same thing that she hated, and even boasted about it on I believe Shan Boodram's channel, where she says she loves catering to him, she loves packing and unpacking his bag, she loves giving him massages until he falls asleep, she loves going the anal route because that's what he likes, even though she dislikes it. So obviously what she's done is put her comfort to the side for him, right? Because he's this high value man, he has all this money and all these riches. And I think it's because she feels as if this is a once in a lifetime opportunity and it will never happen again. And there's several women that want to be in her position, right? So there's this competition amongst women to get these so-called high value men, and in order to keep them, we forgo our values or standards. Now, this phenomenon isn't necessarily a condemnation of ambition or attraction. Many women genuinely seek partnerships that elevate their lives. The issue arises when the pursuit of a relationship becomes a negotiation with their own identity. And I believe that's the issue that a lot of viewers have with these women, because for example, Lil Boosie's girlfriend at one point stated she did not want to be an unwed mother, but now she's changing up what she said. And I feel like for a lot of these women, what they're realizing is they can be bought, whether it be via lifestyle, whether it be via clout, they can be bought. It's easy for them to disrespect or talk down on certain women, but until they find themselves in a situation where this is a famous person, he has money, he has clout, and they let all that stuff go with the quickness to be able to be with these men. Now, she may ignore red flags. For example, Boosie's situation and Cam Newton's situation and Tyler's situation. All these men have red flags. Let's start with Ashley first. Ashley, their first red flag was that he kept lying to her, right? He lied about his relationship to the children. He lied about how close he was with them. He lied even about the living arrangement with the mom. And instead of considering all these things as red flags and running for the hills, Ashley is perceiving it as a challenge that she needs to conquer and push through. Because guess what? She's not going to be a divorcee, a divorce statistic, right? So a lot of these women, in an attempt to not be a statistic, end up enduring situations even longer just to prove people wrong and end up putting themselves in a more unfortunate situation. If we look at Lil Boosie's girlfriend, Lil Boosie, he has 9 baby mothers. So he has 9 women he's impregnated and left. And I don't know why she feels like she will be the exception, right? And I don't know why out of all the women, she thinks he's going to marry her, right? And I think a bit of her coming on social media to explain to her fans about her changing stance is a bit of embarrassment, because you thought you could get this man to marry you before impregnating you, and he ended up proving to you that I could get you pregnant whenever I want. I don't have to marry you to get you pregnant, right? And that's the privilege of these men with means, right? So another case is the Cam Newton situation. Cam Newton was with his baby mama or mother, Kia Proctor, for a long time, got her pregnant numerous times, and she's thinking, okay, this is the time he's going to marry me, and he ended up never marrying her. So again, women thinking that because they endure horrible situations that they deserve a prize at the end, always end up eating their words because they endure with no prize. So at the end of the day, it's like, why even endure it? And what would be the point of enduring for a prize, or like, because the prize could be the ring or the marriage? Why endure for that if the marriage is also gonna be faulty? It really doesn't make sense. Now, why? Because she convinces herself that the value he brings outweighs the discomfort she feels. Then there's the pursuit of an unforgettable experience. Many women have traded pieces of themselves for a moment that feels like magic. It might be the allure of a whirlwind romance, a luxurious lifestyle, or the thrill of being chosen by someone everyone envies. These moments, while intoxicating, often come at the price of self-worth. She might tolerate disrespect or neglect, rationalizing that this is the price for the rare experience of living her dream, however fleeting. What underpins the dynamic? It's often rooted in fear of scarcity. Women are taught sometimes explicitly that opportunities, love, or status are limited resources. If you don't seize the moment, someone else will. This scarcity mindset drives decisions that erode boundaries, self-respect, and autonomy. But it doesn't have to be this way. Recognizing the subtlety of soul selling is the first step toward reclaiming autonomy. Women must interrogate the narratives they've internalized about worth, relationships, and happiness. Is this man or experience truly high value? Or is it the illusion of value that captivates? And most importantly, what are you sacrificing to hold on to it? Selling one's soul doesn't happen in one grand bargain. It happens in the small, almost imperceptible moments of compromise, which typically happens in the beginning of relationships. It happens every time a woman says yes when her spirit says no. Every time she ignores her intuition in favor of external validation. But here's the truth. No man, no experience, no fleeting moment of glory is worth losing yourself. The key is in redefining what high value means, not in the context of others, but within yourself. What do you value? What experiences align with your integrity? When you start from that place, you'll find that the fear of scarcity diminishes, replaced by a deep well of self-respect. In the end, the only soul worth selling is one that's no longer fully your own. And the only way to protect it is to honor your worth, not in the eyes of another, but in the reflection of your own. You guys, let me know what you thought about my little think piece about selling one's soul in relationships. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.